Kapow! Hello and welcome to Stanchion Snaps, a bit of a mouthful. The cooking show where I create a dish for every single one of Southampton's matches this season. So we are at Norwich City. Now usually this channel represents a past player of both clubs, but I couldn't do an episode about Norwich City without referencing the great Delia Smith. So for this episode, I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I will be cooking a dish out of Delia Smith's Cookery course part 1. Now I wanted to do something that was very much of this time. I'm going to cook this dish exactly how it describes it in the book. I'm not going to put any wrinkles on it. I'm not going to use any of my professional knowledge to change the recipe. I'm going to do it exactly out of the book. And I had a flick through hoping that there would be something that also represents Southampton. So like a Titanic salad or an old Winchester souffle, a Hampshire pie or something like that. And I had a little flick through and I don't think she spent much time in Hampshire, poor dear. But I did sort of find something that gave me some memories of childhood. In Hampshire, we are famous for our watercress, so this is going to be a dish that uses watercress, and you know, it reminds me of the Watercress line, which is a beautiful little train journey that goes through Hampshire, which if you've never been on, do that in the summer, it's great. So on page, if you've got this book, you can cook along. So on page 31 there is a dish called poached eggs with cream and watercress. So that's what we're going to do. So the ingredients that you'll need for this are as followed. So for this recipe you'll need 25 grams of butter, 20 grams of plain flour, 275 millilitres of whole milk, 2 tablespoons of double cream, 25 grams of mild cheddar cheese, 1 level tablespoon of grated parmesan, a squeeze of lemon, and then another 10 grams of butter. First thing that it says here, make a sauce first by gently melting the butter in a saucepan, stirring in the flour, adding the milk by degrees until you have a smooth white sauce. All right, we're going to make a bechamel basically by the looks of things. So let's make this beautiful watercress sauce a la Delia Smith. But as well as cooking like Delia for today's episode, I thought I would dress like her as well. So I'm going very much for the football owner look today. All right, let's make that sauce. So here we go, just as Delia said really, start by melting the butter, that's 25 grams. Then slowly add the flour by degrees. Now that I'm rereading the recipe, I've noticed that actually she adds all the flour at once and the milk by degrees. But you should add the flour by degrees. We've already deviated on the recipe. Sorry, Delia. And then the exciting bit, here comes the milk. So again, just add it slowly, slowly. Don't rush it, take your time. And it should end up looking something a little bit like this. Nice and smooth, no lumps, beautiful. He then says to leave for 7 minutes to cook slowly. What's happening? Trim and discard the watercress stalks and chop the leaves roughly. Then melt the extra 10 grams of butter in a saucepan, add the watercress, and again with the heat as low as possible and a lid on, allow the watercress to collapse into the butter. This should take roughly 5 minutes. I'll be the judge of that, Delia. So, rest of the butter, pan, melt, hot butter, there it is. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, Delia. She's absolutely mad. Was watercress completely different in the 1970s or something like that? I'm going to put a 5-minute timer on. There it is. And I am as worried about my scarf catching fire as you are. So maybe I'm going to take it off for the rest of this. I'm cooking anyway. So 5 minutes, let's have a go. Right, that's been 2 minutes and I couldn't possibly cook it for any longer. Look at it, that is cooked. It's wilted down, it is watercress. I'm going to stop my timer, turn the heat off. It was actually less than 2 minutes. So next job, oh, turn all that off. Could I put my scarf back on now? Maybe, who knows? This is tasting good. Now, the thing is, guys, I am enjoying myself, I must say. This is, so far, a real bit of classic cooking. So, watercress goes in there. And then all the cheese. It's just off the heat. And add the watercress and white pepper to the sauce, adding the grated cheeses, stir to melt the cheese, and then pour into a liquidizer. Okay. So I think maybe we can have a small bit of heat in here as we just give it a little mix. It's very thick though. I'm not sure this is going to liquidize very well. It can be a very thin sauce, Delia. Should I add more milk? I don't know. Did I have the right amount of milk? 270 millilitres. It's all in there. So far, I've followed this to the T, and I'm a bit scared. It's very thick. It's lovely, but we're going to have this with poached eggs. Look, it's almost like a... Look, oh, it's nice. Good to look at, guys. Okay, I'm going to give it a taste. It's absolutely delicious. It's enchanting. It's peppery from the watercress. I want to have another taste. That's how good it is. It's cheesy. Right, I'm going to blitz it. We'll see what it's like. I think it's going to be thick. But I'm not going to add milk. I'm sticking to your recipe, Delia. Right, blitz, what's next? You know what? It is thick, but I'm thinking as we're serving this with poached eggs, maybe she wants like a hollandaise kind of consistency. Not that she's going to tell me. Was hollandaise even a thing back here? LMNOPQR. This is the complete cookery course. Does it involve hollandaise? In the 19 whatever this is, I'll put the date of this hollandaise sauce. There's two recipes for hollandaise sauce. Anyway, we don't have time for that. So where were we? Page 31. Blitzed it. I've blitzed it. Now return to the saucepan, adding the cream and squeeze the lemon juice and season with salt and pepper. Keep the sauce warm and poach 4 eggs. Right, fine. Okay. Now, I'm desperate to give that pan a little bit of a clean, but because she hasn't told me to, I'm not going to. So back on a low heat, squeeze a lemon. Maybe we are making a kind of a version of a hollandaise. Was butter like really expensive or something back in the 70s? Creamy. So this is kind of the sauce that we've got here. Looks pretty good. Nice sort of dropping consistency. So I'm just going to eat this with some poached eggs. I'm okay with it, Delia. I think this is all right. Let's have another taste now. It's got the butter and cream. She said I could add some seasoning, so I will. A little bit of cracked black pepper. Now, a little bit of salt. I only use Maldon's, Delia. Sorry about that. In that goes. So, do we have any poaching eggs instructions? Keep the sauce warm whilst you now quickly poach 4 eggs. 4?
4? That's insane.
Is this for... How many people is this for? Serves 2. Right, okay. That makes more sense. Serves 2. So I'm going to poach 2 eggs. Poach 2 eggs by breaking them into a frying pan. A frying pan, Delia. Of barely simmering water. Yeah, that's fine. And giving it approximately 3 minutes. What does she mean by a frying pan? Like this? Does she want me to... Am I poaching eggs in this? Shall I? Bugger it. We'll give it a go. In a frying pan, lift them out onto a drain. Drain them. Fine. Water paper. Serve them on a bed of rice or noodles. And the sauce is poured over and sprinkled with grated parmesan. Noodles. It's a bit late in the day to mention noodles. Right. I'm going to cook some noodles. And I'm going to poach some eggs in a frying pan. And then it's plating up, guys. Let's see how we get on. There's also no instructions on plating up, so I am going to try and plate it up oven era. Noodles and eggs and some kind of a watercress sauce, which is delicious, by the way. I thought I'd quickly check Delia's definition of a frying pan on the equipment page. There's some lovely drawings in this book. I tell you what, if this video goes viral, maybe I'll get one tattooed. But yeah, they're lovely, so kudos to Ray and Kareem Burrows. Right, here we go. Barely simmering, frying pan, poaching eggs. Here we go. Now she doesn't say to stir the water, but you must. So let's just give that a little thing like that. But look, the yolk's sticking out the top. And this is the definition of a frying pan. We've looked in the book. So, 3 minutes. Okay, plating time, here we go. Now, not only have I been like constantly napping eggs over here, I've had to move my camera shot back to come over here as well. So let's get them out. The timer's just got off. They're very gently poached. Look, they're still pretty much almost kind of raw on the top, but is that what they're meant to be like because we're going to put the sauce on? You know what? I think maybe 10 seconds on the other side might just be enough. I don't want to move this around too much now. Literally just... I just deviated a little bit just because I don't want to eat raw eggs. You know, I've gone to a lot of hard work today. Put a little bit of sauce on the top of the eggs here. It is almost like a sort of hollandaise vibe. I'm looking forward to eating this, actually. But I don't understand why you wouldn't just make hollandaise. And why we're eating them with noodles. But hey, a little bit more parmesan on the end. And there we have it. My Delia Smith creation. All I'll tell you guys is it's absolutely delicious. Give it a go. Delia, you've pulled it off. You little minx. You absolute legend. I can't stop eating it. Enjoy the game. And I'll see you at the next one. Bon appetit. This is Stanchion Snacks. And this, let me get it, is a bit of a mouthful.